Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 15th of 2020. Now, one thing that a lot of fans are very certain about is that Star Wars really is beginning to shape up, with of course George, John, and Dave working together as a team to deliver as many authentic Star Wars projects as possible to the Star Wars fandom around the entire world. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about the future of the franchise is that yes, we do know that there are many different TV shows currently in the early development phase. We've also got a lot of Star Wars movies on our hands coming out in the near future, such as the new Star Wars trilogy and other spin-off films that are currently in the works. But it's not just that. It's also the books, the novels, the video games, the comics, so on and so forth, that's really going to make up this new Star Wars universe that a lot of fans are really going to embrace. Now, the thing about Bob Chapek and Bob Iger is that these two Disney CEOs are very much hard at work on really trying to make things up to the fans. Essentially, what they want to do is that they really want to give this fans something true to look forward to when it comes to this franchise. And with Kathleen Kennedy pretty much having little to no creative control, this really does, give us a lot of hope about the future. Now, about Kathleen Kennedy, one major aspect of Kathleen Kennedy is that we do know that recently she was fired from a major Star Wars project due for release in 2022, and of course the details keep on coming out about Kathleen Kennedy. Now, the thing about Kennedy is that yes, we do know that she had a lot of problems with the Rise of Skywalker, and especially The Last Jedi, and even Solo: A Star Wars Story. But this one project in particular would have really destroyed the Star Wars fandom because it really would have actually made them have a lot of trust issues by Lucasfilm and Disney and what they were doing with Star Wars. Now, with that being said, of course, alright, now, since the very end of The Rise of Skywalker and how now it's a film of the past, Disney and Lucasfilm are prepping their new Star Wars universe in order to make things right with the Star Wars fandom. Now, it's explained that currently Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is going through a very drastic transition as she was recently fired from the Star Wars TV series for Disney+. Now, it's explained that one of the main reasons as to why Kathleen Kennedy was fired from the TV show had to do with the fact that she was developing a post-Rise of Skywalker timeline set many years after Episode 9 and wanted to include Star Wars Legends characters in this new era of Star Wars. It's described that Kennedy was going to switch the characters of Darth Malak, Darth Malgus, Darth Nihilus, and other Sith Lords from the Old Republic era to become ordinary dark side users in a post-Episode 9 era. George Lucas was not happy with this major change to the actual characters being downgraded from full-blown Sith Lords down to regular dark side users, let alone them being shifted into a different timeline of the Star Wars universe. Now, it's noted that Kennedy also wanted to swap the genders of some powerful Star Wars Legends characters in this new TV series, and that George Lucas was completely against all of this. Lucas later brought this up to chaypek, where this led to Kennedy getting fired from the project. Now, let me actually focus on one important part about all of this that I think would have been disastrous for a lot of Star Wars fans out there, is that Kennedy wanted to gender swap some of the known Star Wars characters, switching most likely male characters to female characters or vice versa, whatever it would have been. That, to me, I think would have created a lot of confusion, a lot of backlash among many hardcore fans, and it just would not have been healthy for the Star Wars community and for Disney as a company. Now, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy pursuing this for this new series that was actually going to be released in 2022, and which it still is, it's just being reworked by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau for the time being. The fact that Kathleen Kennedy was going to go as far to do gender swapping on many of the beloved characters in Star Wars Legends, specifically known characters from the Old Republic timeline, and throwing that into a post-Rise of Skywalker era, I think would have been a very big nightmare for a lot of Star Wars fans out there. I think it would have made The Last Jedi Backlash look like nothing, to the point where it would seem so minuscule in comparison to what this backlash would have been like. Now, I'm not quite sure if Kathleen Kennedy was doing this on purpose to really set the fans off, or if this is just what her agenda was, right? This is just how she sees Star Wars. This is just how she sees her opportunity to take advantage of a brand. And thankfully, this never actually happened, and that it was prevented by Bob Chapek and George Lucas, and in fact, it's one of the main reasons as to why she was fired and let go from the Star Wars TV show. And honestly, when you think about it in that sense, this could have very well been the tip of the iceberg of what was to come by Kathleen Kennedy if she was not fired from this TV show and was not stripped away of her creative power. This was at the tip of the iceberg of what she could have done with Star Wars in general, and you can only imagine, what the future of the franchise would have looked like by Kathleen Kennedy if it were not for Chapek. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.